ever since the Star Fox reboot got revealed, I've seen a ton of mixed reactions online. Some people are really excited, some people absolutely hate the new designs, and honestly, I kind of sit in the middle. I'm understanding of both sides because when I first saw the trailer, my immediate reaction is, why does Fox look like this? And I think the biggest thing throwing me off was his eyes. A lot of the characters have smaller eyes. It's kind of like when you see your friend take their glasses off for the first time and suddenly their eyes shrink by like 50%. Also, there's the whole animal traits being a bit more involved. So, like, Falco has bird legs and so on, and they've got these like hunched over postures. So it's a pretty big change. Fox, Falco, and Wolf definitely got the bigger redesigns, while Slippy, Peppy, and General Pepper got safer designs. And let's just not talk about Cat, because Cat has had quite the reaction online. But honestly, the more I watched the trailer, the more the design started to grow on me. I don't even mind Falco's weird legs anymore, which is something I never thought I'd say out loud. And I'm pretty sure the new postures as well they have, I will eventually get used to. What really sold me though was seeing everybody inside their ships. I think they look great here. And I love the little details like Falco's wings being incorporated into the ship design itself. And overall, everything just feels way more expressive. And I think that's probably why they've gone with so many story cutscenes for it to stand out from the original game as well. I'm not even sure if they're using motion capture here, but the character movements feel surprisingly natural in a way that doesn't feel like Nintendo. It almost looks like a Ubisoft game in some weird ways and reminds me a bit of Starlink. And there is a bit of uncanny valley going on, specifically with Fox. I feel like when I look at his eyes in the cutscenes, they're quite dead inside, and it's almost like there's a guy in a fox suit staring back at me. It's very strange. But really, I still think this realism works in the game's favour overall. The scene with James McLeod is very emotional, and I think it's because of this new presentation. And Pigma honestly looks disgusting in the best way possible. And also with the visuals, we're looking at sort of leaps and bounds above Star Fox Zero. And I know we skipped a generation, but I don't know, I wasn't a huge fan of the art direction in that game. I know people were underwhelmed when it was revealed, and it did get better before launch. And there are some really great levels, like the one with the Landmaster, and there's that storm going on. It looks great in Star Fox Zero, but here it's just, the lighting is amazing. We've got bits with like the torn in half ship that looks really good. The asteroid field also comes to mind, and we've seen those new like wave physics. They also look great. I'm also hoping they push the presentation further with the little communication displays that they have in the original game. So here it's sort of 3D movements of people in the cockpits, unlike the original, which was 2D. And I'm hoping these aren't static and pre-done, because there's an opportunity here to have the cockpit react based on the person's health. So if Peppy's low health, he could have like flames and sparks in the background of his cockpit. I think would be really, really cool. So I don't know whether they'll do that, but I think that would be such a nice little flourish to throw on. We've also got the extra missions now. It's going to be great for replay value. I personally don't even know if I've done every single route in Star Fox 64. Like, I'm aware of the one where you go through the archways and then you go through the waterfall. And I think some around either shooting spotlights or avoiding them. But I really don't know if I've done every route. And I think this will hopefully help me treat it as a bit of a checklist and make sure I've done everything. Quick mention of the new voices as well. I believe it's a new cast. I think it's okay. Part of it, I think, is that we're hearing them clearly. We're not hearing this kind of static, compressed radio chatter, which is quite charming. So I think it just, again, takes a bit of getting used to. And then we've got the new online modes. And yes, there's only 3 maps, but it seems like each one has a different objective. So I'm hoping that online community stays pretty active and I get to try those out with lots of randoms. If not, hopefully the bots are quite good. There's also the co-op mode, and I did really enjoy the co-op mode in Star Fox Zero. So in single player, it's a lot to juggle with the gamepad and then the TV, but in co-op, you can delegate that, and I think the game's a lot more fun that way. Whether or not it'll be the same this time around when you're not juggling as much, I don't know, but I think it'd be a fun way to try Star Fox, and it'd be a fun way to try and convince people that I know to get into Star Fox. But yeah, the original Star Fox 64 is one of those games that I come back to every year or two. I'm really hoping this remake is gonna be the same, where I sort of dig this game out every year or two, play through some levels, and, you know, just keep returning to it, because this could be a good chance for Star Fox to come back. You know, he's been in the movie, and I know that design is different, but he's got that going for him. The new art style might bring in new people, and it seems like there's a chance that we could get a new game after this if it does well. We've also got a lower price point, so maybe that'll make some people, you know, jump the fence and give Star Fox a go. But yeah, those are my thoughts on Star Fox so far. If you've enjoyed this video, feel free to subscribe. I'm planning on making more Nintendo discussions, and I'm going to be avoiding leak talk because, to be honest, I'm kind of sick of hearing about leaks, especially the same ones over and over again. It's really being milked as a topic, so I just want to talk about something different. Thanks for watching.